Today we will be graphing linear equations. I want to remind you our equation in slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. Okay, in order to graph these, we are going to start with our y-intercept. Okay, so we are going to find our y-intercept in our equation, which in this first one is going to be positive 2. I'm going to go ahead and make a point at positive 2 on my y-axis because this is my y-intercept. So I know the line is going to go through that point. Then it tells me my slope is negative 1/4. So I know my line is going to look like a negative slope. Okay, and it's going to go a rise of 1 and a run of 4. So it's going to be 1, 4. Okay, so from this point is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to rise 1 and run 4 in the direction that is going to make me have a negative slope. And I can do that again, rise 1 and run 4. Then I can graph my line, okay? And it will continue in both directions forever and ever. So we're going to add these arrows on either side. Okay, so we used our y-intercept to start because that was a point we knew was going to be on our line. Then we utilized our rise and our run of our slope in order to plot some more points. Once we have 2 points, we can connect them and create a line. Okay, so let's try it again on the second problem here. So I'm going to start again with my y-intercept, which is negative 4. So I'm going to plot that point first on my y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at negative 4 here. Then my slope is positive this time, so it's going to look like this. And I rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and run 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then once I have those 2 points, I can graph it. Okay, and again, my line is going to have the arrows on either side because it's going to continue forever. Okay, it's going to look like that. So the graph of the line y equals 3/4 x minus 4 looks exactly like this. It has a point on my y-axis at negative 4, and the slope is rise of 3, run of 4. Okay. I'll let you try these on your own if you would like. There's a couple more. Okay. Now let's look at these in a situation. Okay. So this equation, y equals 1/4 x plus 1, can be used to find the amount of hair growth in y inches. So they're telling you y is growth in inches, and Anna Havanese in X weeks. Okay, so X is my number of weeks. And you can actually see here on the graph, we have X is our number of weeks, Y is our growth in inches. Okay, then we take a look here and we have my y-intercept. So again, plot my point on positive 1. Okay, and then my slope is 1/4. Okay, 1/4. And each of these axes count by 1, so I can just count by ones there as well. Okay, then I connect my points, and my graph looks like this. And what these numbers mean here is 1, it means at 0 weeks, the length of the hair was 1 inch. Okay, so when we started marking this, it was 1 inch long. Okay, then after 4 weeks, it grew 1 more inch, or it grew 1 more inch in 4 weeks. Okay, that's what this 1/4 represents. Okay, is 1 inch of growth in 4 weeks. Okay, and again, the 1 plus 1, your y-intercept means that it started at 1 inch long. Okay, let's take a look at this one. The number of cups of milk, y, so cups of milk left is your y, in a container after pouring X servings. So X is the number of servings, is represented by the equation y equals negative 2/3 x plus 8. Now, the negative 2/3 means you're losing milk, right? So as you drink your milk, your container has less and less milk. So that's going to be a negative slope there. And it says, negative 2/3 x plus 8. Now, this plus 8 means the amount of milk we started with was 8. Okay, we had 8 cups of milk to start, okay, at 0 servings. Okay, so then if we went down 2 and over 3, so for my 2/3 slope, and again, it's negative. So that means 2 cups of milk was 3 servings. Okay. We lost every 2 cups of milk we lost, it was 3 servings. Okay. Then when you had 4 cups remaining, you had used 6 servings of milk. Okay. Does that make sense? So then we can go ahead and graph this line and it will continue. Obviously, in these situations, okay, you're going to hit 0 and it doesn't necessarily make sense to continue on forever, right? Because you're not going to have negative cups of milk, okay? So in situation when you hit 0, that's where the end of the equation makes sense, okay? All right, there are 2 more here for you to try to graph on your own. Okay, I want to point out here this y equals 24x plus 144. In this situation, the 144 is the number of frames, okay, per second for the video. So number of frames, 144 is the amount they start with, and then it's 24 frames per 1 second. 24 frames per 1 second. Okay, so that's what your slope and your y-intercept mean on that. Okay, all right. All right, couple more equations I do want to take a look at is y equals -1. Okay, if y is -1, it does not matter what x is. Y is always -1. So when x is 0, y is -1, -1. When x is 3, y is -1. When x is -4, y is 1. And then I graph that line and it is going to give me a horizontal line at y equals -1. And that just means no matter what, y is -1. And that happens to be a horizontal line. Okay. Now, if we have x equals -5, same type of thing. X is always -5. So we are going to have a point at 0 is -5. Sorry, at -5, 0, when y is 0 is what I meant. Then when y is -2, x is still -5. When y is +4, x is still -5. So this creates a vertical line. Okay, so when you see that, you can tell yourself, okay, well, x is always -5, so no matter what, then you can plot your points and realize, okay, when x equals a number, it's going to give you a vertical line. When y equals a number, it's going to give you a horizontal line. Okay, and I'll let you try those 2 on your own.